Hello teachers, and here is Give Me 5 Book 2 Unit 4, our MiniTUT series, and this is Lesson 1. Lesson 1 means vocabulary. Let's head straight into it. Here are the pages for contextualization, and as you can see we are now on a nature trail. However, we are learning some interesting words, that's for sure. Forest, leaves, a river, sand, bridge. Okay, all of those kinds of things are quite fun and maybe quite fresh and new for the kids. Some kids might know them quite well, but we are now at Book 2, all right? Hill, grass, lake, path, road, and in fact all the others are really easy words to read, okay? Certainly our students' reading and word recognition skills should be of a good enough standard. And they should be able to just look at the picture and read the word, and then they're going to have to go home and memorize those words. That's fine, that's not a problem. So if that's the case, what is our objective for this particular lesson? And this particular lesson's objective is not only, obviously, learning about the vocabulary over here, but it's also adding the other vocabulary that our students should know with the present continuous tense. So we're not just doing the vocabulary, the nouns of the places and the things that you can see, but also the verbs. And that verb vocabulary is very, very important. So let's see how we're going to approach this lesson. I'll throw the words up on the board. I might just quickly throw them up there just to have it on the board and just to make sure that the kids are doing it. I might give them 30 seconds to open up their books, look at the words, now close their books, and they have to have memorized that vocabulary. And they'll say, all right, Johnny, spell for me forest. And Johnny stands up, F-O-R-E-S-T. Good job, Johnny, sit down. And then Johnny sits down. Sally, stand up. Sally, spell hill. H-I-L-L, good. Sally, sit down, and then she sits down. Beth, spell grass. And then for those students that are a little bit slower, let's just say, I'm going to enunciate. I'm going to pronounce as best as I can. Grass. And then Beth might just say G-R-A-S. Good job, Beth. Grass. Oh, teacher, I know. Grass. S-S-S-S. Grass. G-R-A-S-S. Good job, Beth. Okay, and you give them points. Make sure to give them, obviously, the students their points when they are correct. Okay, so now once I've got all of these quite simple words, I mean, they're very basic. They're 1 or 2 syllables only each. Then I'm going to help my students remember their vocabulary, their verbs. And then I'll say, all right, boys and girls, who can spell the word run? And of course, everybody's hands up. R-U-N, R-U-N. Good job, boys and girls. Okay, there we go. I'll give you +1. Who can spell jump? Okay, J-U-M-P. Good job, I give you a point. Who can spell blah? I can spell blah. Who can spell blah, 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 blah. And you just give away points just to make the kids as, excited and as high as possible, okay? So everybody's happy. They're all getting loads and loads of cards or stickers or whatever it is. And then you as the teacher are going to select the words that they said out loud, and boom, you're going to throw them up on the board. Now, in this particular lesson, you're not going to throw them up on the board in this way. Why? Because you want them to be able to apply this vocabulary in contexts. So we're basically pre-teaching for the next lesson. But okay, so I'm going to write the words over here and say, good job, boys and girls, run. Let's do it together. Run, walk, swim, climb, play, jump. And all the kids will say, run, walk, swim, climb, blah, blah, blah. Okay, then that's done. Then what we're going to do is I'm now going to ask some of my weaker students, because in fact this is knowledge that they should have before. I'm going to say, all right, Harry, how do you spell running? And so Harry's going to go, well, he remembers are you running? Teacher, it's R-U-N-I-N-G. No, Harry. Can anybody else help me? Teacher, it's R-U-N-N-I-N-G. Yes, good job. Jim, here you go, +1. You get a point over there. Jim gets a point. All right, Sally, spell walking. And then she'll do W-A-L-K-I-N-G. Good job, Sally, walking. And then you just go through all of your verbs, okay, blah, 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 blah. Now our students are very well aware that run, running, walk, walking, swim, swimming. And that is the point of the present continuous, okay? That is the point of this setup over here. And of course, make sure that the pronunciation is good, because if the pronunciation is not good, then the memorization and then the application is very poor as well. Okay, so boom, now all of the words are on the whiteboard, and we've practiced it. Now I'm going to keep on going. Now I'm going to delegate. So I'm going to write it down like this, and I'm going to say, all right, number 1. Boys and girls, teacher, I'm sorry, take that back. I'm going to write down number 1. Boom. Boys and girls, number 1. Teacher is, let's say, teacher is jumping on the grass. Okay, boom, now we've got a sentence. All right, number 2, and now I'm going to pick on my students. Boys and girls, Sally is swimming in the river. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to assign students, and you're going to build up your whiteboard in this particular way. And once you've got enough students and enough sentences on the board, then what I want you to do is to have the students then read out those sentences. All right, team number 1, stand up, please. Team number 1, read the sentence. Go. Boom, boom, boom. And you give them team enough points to read that nice and correctly. Good job. Team number 3, stand up, please. Okay. Team number 3 reads. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful. Good reading. All right. Team number 2, stand up, please. Team number 2, read this one. Boom, 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 boom. Only 4 points. Good job. And the last one, team number 4, stand up, please. Boom, 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 boom. Good. That's great reading. So now you want them to get them reading it in a team. Okay? Now that is simply to help them understand and get used to and familiar with the structure. So, excuse me. The structure is now done, and now you can substitute. When before it said, for example, Sally, Jim, and Bob, now it's going to say Betty, Bobby, and Benny, whatever it might be. And you keep on doing that until you are comfortable that the students are all great. Then what you can do is you can ask the students to stand up individually, and then they can have a reading game, and they can have a competition. Whoever reads the fastest or the most correct will get a point. They will then sit down, and you get another 2 players to come forward. And let's say, for example, over here, this girl versus another girl in this particular case. And boom, boom, she gets the point because she was much faster or clearer or whatever it might be. Okay, so now that's the individual work. And then finally, what you're going to do to really drive the point home is you're going to do the positive, and then I want you to do the negative. You can introduce it quite quickly if you want to, or if you want to do more sentences, that's up to you. Or you could do it this way as well, and that is just to have half and half. So these ones would be then the positive, this would then be the negative, but then you need the positive answer. So for example, Sally isn't running up the hill. Sally is climbing the bridge, whatever it might be. Okay? And in order to build those sentences up, you would then do it like this. For example, let's do it like this. Number 1, Bob. Number 1, Bob. Bob is running in the forest. Good. Number 2, Jim. Number 2, Jim. Everybody says Jim is walking in the path. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And then for the isn't one, you would do it this way. You would say, Sally, A and B. For example, Sally isn't walking up the hill. Sally is playing in the river. Good job. And this would then be, for example, Jeff. Jeff isn't swimming in the lake. Jeff is swimming in the river. I'm sorry, not B. Jeff isn't swimming in the lake. Jeff is whatever, jumping on the bridge, whatever it might be. Doesn't matter. But okay, you have to assign these things, and then of course what you're doing is you're helping the kids read the sentences and say the vocabulary in context. There's no need to simply copycat and echo the vocabulary. It's far too simple. We want to spend our time helping our kids contextualize the present continuous. Okay, teachers, thank you very much for watching this. I hope you had a lot of fun. Good luck with your lesson, and let me know how it goes. I hope you learned something, and as always, happy teaching. Bye-bye.